Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no. I've always loved Kylie Control with all of my heart. I've always seen something special in that girl. Ever since I laid eyes on her, I knew she was going to be something special. And I knew there was always somebody out there watching these videos who loved her just as much. So all I ever wanted to do was be a part of something special because of you, and to give you something far more to believe in than probably anybody ever did. And that's why I created all these wonderful videos inspired by your favorite Descendants of Zombies characters, because I knew they had something special to offer, and we were going to have the chance to be a part of it. For events like the Worlds Collide Tour, all these wonderful movie premieres that I had the chance to experience last summer with all of you, and I really had the time of my life, because I not only had the chance to sit here and talk about Descendants of Zombies, I had the chance of meeting so many incredible people that I will never ever forget. That's the one thing you got to know about me. I will never forget any of you, and I've developed this emotional connection with every fan of Descendants of Zombies. So if you're looking for somebody to create videos who shares in that same passion, who is just as emotionally connected to your favorite stars and their stories as you've been over the last 10 years, then I'm your guy. I promise you guys I will never let you down, and I will never go away, and I will always be that one person who always says something nice about people like Kylie and Freya, because they've always deserved to have something nice heard about them. I think there are far too many critics on YouTube. My issue with YouTube always has been that there are far too many critics out there, and I know they can't do anything about it, but we as reviewers and journalists can take that criticism away. And how we do that is by coming together and creating something special for every fan of Descendants of Zombies who just wants the future for Zombies 5 and Descendants 5 to happen. I know that the release windows seem forever away, so far away, but I think as creators we can encourage that the release window for Zombies suggests summer 2027, that the release window of Descendants 5 suggests July 18th through 19th of this summer. The summer of 2026 through the summer of 2027, the next year, is going to be a huge year for Descendants of Zombies, especially within the stars' individual careers, because we have Kylie Control putting out a new single called Carrie Bradshaw that reminds her a lot of herself, which you can't help but find time and appreciating. We have Freya Sky in the second leg of her Stars Align World Tour, which you can't help but appreciate. The girl is so full of energy when it comes to Freya. She is so appreciative of all of you, and her energy is off the charts. It blows my freaking mind how energetic she is and how appreciative she is of all of you, and how she makes you feel connected to everything she does, like you're a part of it. And that's what's so special about every performance she gives, is that you feel like your heart is into it, that you feel like you're a part of a moment that you wish could last forever. And that's what I've encouraged. That's what I've credited Freya for doing for what feels like forever. And I felt so honored to be a part of this, which a lot of DJs and radio show hosts would never really feel as honored to be a part of. But I've really had the chance to be a part of something so special. I've been on YouTube longer than many of you have perhaps been alive, and I've been able to create so many relatable videos for what feels like forever, because I saw something special in people a long time ago, like Jessica Simpson, names such as Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera, even Justin Timberlake and Eminem. I saw something special in all of them. And the one thing I remember always wanting to do is say something nice about them, no matter what I had to do, no matter what the cost, what sacrifices I had to make. I shot a radio show and a YouTube channel, which eventually became a YouTube channel, from my parents' basement for the first time in the summer of 1999. In August of that year, I shot a YouTube channel, or a radio show at the time, which eventually became a YouTube channel. And I never imagined that these videos would go on to be so well received, but they did. And it had everything to do with how you trusted in one guy's opinion about people like Mandy Moore, who would go on to play the voice of Rapunzel in Disney's Tangled. Now, the live-action Tangled is happening many years after the fact that Tangled went on to become one of everybody's favorite franchises, which I found time in appreciating. And I found time in appreciating all of you for how these franchises made you feel. Even Phineas and Ferb I found time in appreciating because of how people could use their voices to bring such powerful characters to life that defined a generation, like how Ashley Tisdale, the voice of Candace, was one of these annoying characters that got on everybody's nerves, but you found time in appreciating what that character meant to a franchise like Phineas and Ferb, and that's the reason why we've seen the reboot of Phineas and Ferb and many other classic Disney shows over the years. Actually, beginning on April 13th, they're going to start running reruns of Jessie on Disney Channel and the Disney Plus. I think Season 4 is going to be rerun on Disney Channel, and the entire series is going to become available once again on Disney Plus. They're going to re-edit it and stuff. So it's going to be really cool to kind of relive it, take a walk down memory lane, because I was always a fan of Jessie and people like Peyton List. God knows that I love Peyton List with all of my heart, and if there was one thing I was going to say, it was going to have to be something nice about Peyton List because I saw beautiful qualities in her. I saw a heart with a lot of dedication, and I wanted to give her praise where she deserved praise, and I wanted to give Debbie Ryan a chance to really shine through on her own sitcom, which went on to become everybody's favorite. And I did that for many of your favorite Disney stars for what felt like forever, which eventually became Descendants of Zombies, and I honestly had the time of my life because you guys allowed me to be a part of something so special. And ever since being considered a part of the soundtrack of Descendants of Zombies, I've had this profound way, a very different way of bringing these stories to life and sharing my perspective on the direction I thought the stories were going to head in, what kind of villains were going to be presented, what kind of villain Red and Chloe may have created as one of the many consequences of time travel, what the story of Pink and Red was going to detail, because it's going to be a really beautiful story about sisterhood. And the thing I want to put out there too is, do you guys really think that it's just going to be Wicked Wonderland and we're going to say goodbye? We're just going to close the book on Descendants of Zombies? We're not, because we have so many wonderful characters who are being introduced into this franchise for the first time ever. And I think that if we have so many wonderful characters being introduced into this franchise for the first time ever, we should find time and really appreciating them for the characters they are introducing to us for the first time ever, like Hazel Hook and even Pink. Because I really do believe that Liamani Segura, and I may be one of the only guys ever who will admit to this on a show, but I really do think she is one of the most beautiful characters that we have ever seen in the Descendants franchise or are going to be seeing. So I think that because she's one of the most beautiful characters that we are ever going to be seeing in the Descendants franchise, we should find time in appreciating in that, even if it means I got to shoot videos from where I live to be apparently haunted, because people have been trying to tell me this house has been haunted for forever, and once again I do apologize for transmitting these videos from inside of a haunted house, but what'd you expect me to do? Record videos about Descendants of Zombies living somewhere normal? Nobody can ever do that. Guys, I know for a fact that I would never have been here if not for all of you. Because you guys discovered this YouTube channel, you found my thumbnails and you clicked on it, you gave me 1,000 likes. And you gave me over like 4,000 people subscribed to this YouTube channel. And if 4,000 people is all I ever have, thank you so much. Because it's one thing to watch a reaction video or a teaser trailer that runs for about 30 seconds to 45 seconds or a minute long. But when you actually sit here and talk about Descendants of Zombies, when you can sit here and analyze the franchises and break them down the way that people want to hear them broken down with appreciation from your voice, that's what makes your video so special. There are a lot of people who don't even reveal themselves to you, but at least you guys got to know the person behind the microphone, the voice behind the microphone who brought these videos to life so emphatically because he believed in Descendants of Zombies with all of his heart, just as much as what you did. He saw something special in the merch value. He saw something special in the ticket prices. He saw something special in the singles that people like Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky were putting out at the time. And I got to tell you guys something. Back in February when I heard Freya Sky's single, Why'd You Have to Call, I fell in love with her EP. The EP may have only included 5 tracks, but everybody loved it so much. And it's not just 5 songs Freya's performed. She's performed Dream Come True. She's performed Show the World. And she's going to have so many more coming out in due time. She's going to have more opportunities to perform. If I was Freya's manager, I'd have her on billboards everywhere across the world. Because in all honesty, guys, these stars deserve all the exposure in the world and more of a chance than ever before to let people know who they are. Because there are people out there, believe it or not, who don't even know who people like Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky even are. So we can really give them an opportunity to get to know these stars for who they are while giving them something to believe in perhaps more than they ever have been given to believe in. Because recently I've been hearing Freya Sky's song Silent Treatment on the radio quite a bit. And because I've been hearing her song Silent Treatment on the radio quite a bit, it shows me that she's going to have a future that you can't help but be excited to be a part of. I've been on the radio and on YouTube for a very long time, and I've seen the best of them come and go. And the one thing I've realized about this industry is oftentimes it's a very critical industry. It's a very cruel place to be involved in because a lot of people have very different opinions that should never be expressed. And it leads people to believe things that really aren't true, like how apparently Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker were never the best of friends because of what may have happened backstage at the Worlds Collide Tour, or how this happened with Freya Sky and Malachi Burton, and things blew up. I mean, it's really leading people to believe stuff that isn't true. But the thing you got to realize is if you are a true fan of Descendants of Zombies, you know these things aren't true. The things you read online aren't true. You can kind of decipher what's real and what's not. Because fans of Descendants of Zombies are far more smarter, and I've always said this, and I will forever believe this, that fans of Descendants of Zombies are far more smarter and far more intelligent than ever given credit for. They know who and what they love, And if they love you, they're going to let you know about it. And if they don't so much love you, they're also going to let you know about it because they're very to the point. The majority of this audience are 95% female. And they know what they love and who they love. And they're not afraid to let their opinion be heard about who's recording these videos. And that's what makes them so special, is that they know who they love and they know who to support and they know who to appreciate. And I've always realized that. And probably that's the reason why so many people have found these videos so relatable and developed a connection with me. And we've been friends for forever because I may have never met you or I may never even know who you were, but I know that you guys have been always considered some of my best friends because I told you everything. And I gave you a chance to get to know the person behind the microphone. Because what's the point of me just sitting here and talking about how beautiful a song like Why'd You Have to Call or The Person I Thought I Knew performed by Freya Sky is? If I tell you that, then you don't really know that much about me or how that song makes me feel. But if I tell you who I am, along with telling you how the songs make me feel, then it gives you a greater appreciation for who I am. It gives you a chance to get to know me. And I've really had the time of my life recording these videos because YouTube gave me the chance to do that. And in 2005, on April 23rd, 2005, when YouTube first made its first premiere, you couldn't really do much. Your videos could only be 10 minutes long. I think they could only be 100 megabytes. Just imagine uploading a video that could only be 100 megabytes and 10 minutes long. How could I even tell a story in 10 minutes? I could, but I couldn't really tell you that much. And then YouTube expanded from 10 to 20 minutes, I think it was, and then from 20 to 30, and it eventually became 12 hours. You could eventually go live, stream in 4K. YouTube has seen so many incredible advancements over the years. And a lot of people really haven't taken advantage of that because what YouTube is allowing you to do is share your story with the world. So if I just tell you I'm a fan of Descendants of Zombies, what does that tell you about me? I'm some loser that collects video games for his entire life? That's pretty much what it tells you. But if I can tell you how Freya Sky makes me feel, and she makes me feel connected to something special, then that relates to you, because you probably feel the same way. And let me tell you something. No matter what anybody tells you, or how many times you felt discouraged about being a fan of Descendants of Zombies, I want you to remember this. There is nothing wrong with being a fan of Descendants of Zombies, and that's the one thing that's been constant about me, and that's the one thing I've never, ever wanted any of you to forget. Because if there's one thing I've always wanted you to take away from every video I ever recorded, was that something nice deserved to be said and had to be said about your favorite stars. To make them feel stronger in their abilities, to make them feel more confident in themselves, feel more proud of their friendships they put on display all the time on social media. Because the one thing I've always honored are these unbelievable friendships that I had the chance to be a part of because of all of you. Because you guys welcome me into this niche. Because how it happens for a content creator, they have to be welcomed into a niche and be accepted by the niche they're providing content for. And you guys did that for me. So as far as I'm concerned, you guys are the best niche ever to be a part of, and I've had the time of my life being a part of it because I've considered this an honor. I really wish more content creators would consider it an honor to talk about Descendants of Zombies and have as much fun as what I have, but nobody's as crazy as me to record videos about Descendants of Zombies every day for the rest of his life. But that was the very first promise I ever made to any of you, that I was going to upload videos about Descendants of Zombies indeed for the rest of my life. And, you know, something somewhere, somehow that happened because everybody saw something special in the videos that I would go on to create. Somebody saw something special in me, and they eventually hit my subscribe button because they gave me a chance. You know, I've always had a dream of being everybody's favorite Descendants character. As lame of a dream that may seem to be to a lot of people, and as far away from that dream I may be, that was always my dream, to be everybody's favorite Descendants character, to have all this cool merch, to have my own picture on my own t-shirt or my own sweater or my own teddy bear, because in all honesty guys, there's just something about somebody liking you for the performances you give and the heart and the dedication that you show that you can't help but want to be a part of. And I just wanted to be everybody's favorite hero. I wanted to be everybody's favorite character. I wanted to be the voice of an animated character. I wanted to be a character in Descendants of Zombies because I know I could bring it to life in ways that probably other people would probably never be able to bring it to life, because there's just something to appreciate about how you can sit behind a microphone and you can bring characters like Olaf and Pascal to life. Or you can bring characters like a Prince Charming in Descendants to life. Because when it came to wearing a jacket for a prince in Descendants, I would do it just as fast as you could snap your fingers, because I really did appreciate these franchises and their stories, provided by characters that have had their stories told for over 100 years. I've loved it so much, I feel like I've fallen down through a rabbit hole, and I've loved every single moment of it because these moments happened and were created because of you. We created something special together, and that deserves to be honored, that deserves to be cherished and always and forever celebrated, and I've just had so much fun celebrating all these unforgettable moments with all of you. And as we look ahead to the summer of 2026, we have so much to be excited about. The upcoming premiere of Descendants 5 Book Wonderland, shifting gears to the Worlds Collide Tour, kicking off on September 25th. That will run through to December 13th, just a couple of days before Christmas. Those tickets are going to be really hard to get just 10 days before Christmas, but it's happening. They're going to Mexico, they're going to Australia, they're going to all different places, parts of the United States they're returning to. So I think it's going to kick off in California. So we have a lot to be excited about. And then shifting gears once again, one final time, we move from the Worlds Collide Tour all the way to Zombies 5 in the summer of 2027. So we're waiting on release windows to become official. Once we get that, I will have more for you on this show. So once again, guys, thank you so much for all the love and support that you've shown these videos, because I know that I wouldn't be here without you. Jonathan Clarke on YouTube would have never happened. There would have never been conversations about Descendants of Zombies that were actually worth listening to and watching. And I was able to create that and offer you something special, gave something special back, because we gave it back together. I never did this by myself. You guys made this so special for me, and I will never forget any of you for how much you have gone on to mean to me and this YouTube channel. So thank you so much from my heart to yours. Don't forget to hit my subscribe button, hit my like button, do all that fun stuff, and I will be back just after sunset tonight with one final video for you guys where we once again talk about Descendants of Zombies and have so much fun doing it, which is a conversation that I invite you to join me for. Thank you so much for always and forever holding a very special place in your hearts for Descendants of Zombies, and as always, thank you so much for having watched this video.